Hello everyone, I'm going to be talking about, well, mostly complaining about and reviewing the new Bonebreaker Build-A-Figure wave by Hasbro and in the Marvel Legends line. First up, I have a picture here with the box art, which shows us, unfortunately, what could have been and what was easily missed. A look at the figures in their packaging. I'm very happy that I didn't pay full price for most of these figures. I was patient and I was able to get Siryn, Maggot, Darwin, and Sabretooth at around $12 each. I feel bad for anybody that's got to pay 25 bucks for these figures because they just need like a build-a-figure part so that they could build this BAF that a lot of us old collectors remember was once a single-carded figure. Those were the good old days. So let's start with this Vulcan figure. This is the new mold that will eventually phase out the Bucky Cap mold, and just like the old Bucky Cap mold, my new mold here is riddled with QC issues already. Weird crack or this mold joint line here on the shoulder thing. I got a paint chip on this shoulder, and then there's a weird chip of plastic in the right thigh. It's like actually plastic that got chipped away and is missing. I guess the issues are just going to keep getting worse with this company. First thing I noticed is how the box art shows him with all these cool effects, but he actually comes with zero. Yeah, nothing. They could have given us anything. I mean anything at all, but we got none. I think he looks best with these lightning effects, similar to how he was drawn on this box art. Good thing collectors usually have old accessories lying around, some fodder, or some third-party stuff. This guy looks good with something, anything, I guess. Next up is probably the biggest letdown or false advertising of the year. I think they've got a worse blunder coming up with this other thing, but we'll talk about gore later. How does this even happen? The box art shows the character screaming. We know that her power is that she yells to fly. I mean, I really wish they gave her the yelling mouth head sculpt. This neutral head it's just insulting. She doesn't come with anything. You're noticing a theme here. I also had a weird QC issue where she's got like extra paint and it looks like some plastic too in her foot joints. So like it was really hard to move her feet. And then once I got them to crack loose, I noticed that now she's like really having a hard time standing. So I guess I'm just waiting on a 3D printed head where she's actually yelling or screaming so that I can fix this awful mess up. Next up is Maggot. Who? Seriously, I can't say I knew anything about this guy. I still don't know anything about him. I read his character bio when they announced the figure, and I still don't have any interest in this character. I guess I'll throw him in the back of maybe like a X-Men or New Mutants display. I was noticing that he has like this t-shirt arm mold, and that body mold, it may be a hint of some kind of characters that Hasbro's looking to create or something to come in the future. I guess we'll see, or I'll probably pick up an extra one of these guys to make some customs. I think there's a couple characters off the top of my head that I'd like to make out of that body. Next up is Havok. Did we really need another Havok? I guess his new accessory thing is pretty cool. Wait, I just said that a cool accessory. How weird. He's the only character here in this wave that actually has an accessory to go with his power set. That's a very strange choice for them to do that. Next up is Darwin. This is on the Pizza Spidey mold. So weird. I guess another random background character. Somebody must have wanted this guy. He's peg warm in shelves everywhere. He doesn't come with anything, so I guess I'll just give him some random things to hold since he doesn't come with anything and he's plain boring. Why? Oh look, it's first appearance Wild Joker. No, wait, that's Sabretooth. I mean, I just feel bad for Paul Harding. I feel like he's got really good intentions with his head sculpts, and then Hasbro prints them out and they oversize them or they just ruin them and then they paint them all weird. I have no use for this figure. I don't know who the hell asked for this or who wanted this. Why did we get this figure? I think they need to start like going back to fan votes and seeing what we actually want, like which characters. This is just a waste. This thing will be sitting on shelves too. This is going to be a fodder piece. This is going to sit until I come up with something to make out of him, maybe like a wolf or a werewolf by night or something. Next we've got the last figure, which you don't need him to anything to do with the Build-A-Figure, doesn't come with the Build-A-Figure part, so it's the return of Wolverine with the heat claws that nobody wanted to see after just a few comic books. I think Jonathan Hickman took over X-Men, sat down at the table, and just said, no, that's it, we're deleting those heat claws, never going to do those again. I don't need this guy, really, so I'm not going to open him. I've got like a pretty cool closed box Wolverine collection. He's just going to go into that display. The Wolverine that everyone thought this was going to be was Astonishing Wolverine. It's really close. It's not him, but I actually just repainted an extra House of X Logan that I had so that I could update and replace my old Hasbro Astonishing Wolverine on my Avengers display. I like how my shade of blue actually matches the package art better than the one they did. Then there's the Bonebreaker Build-A-Figure. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I guess, you know, we got this Reavers team coming together. I was never actually like dying to complete them. I never said like, oh man, I hope someday I get that Reavers team completed. There's so many other teams, like literally any other team that I would love to complete. We just don't have those figures coming out for some reason. But you know, Dwight Stahl's happy he's getting his Reavers completed. I mean, overall, this wave is it's a good wave. It's interesting, you know. Sometimes people want random characters. I get it. If you get this thing, you know, most of these guys, you can probably get them discounted. You can probably get this whole wave discounted pretty soon. And then if you've got extra accessories that they didn't give you, oh, and also you're going to need a new head sculpt for Siryn. I mean, you know, maybe it's not the worst wave. Anyways, thanks for listening to me rant about this stuff. Shout out to the online retailers. I feel so bad for them. They already know this is a peg warmer wave. They've got to discount it, you know, to make sales. There's some pretty awesome discounts that you guys can find out there. I noticed Target's stuck with a whole bunch of these. Walmart's not moving them at all. They're just sitting there. They're $25, man. Nobody's buying these things for $25. Especially after seeing reviews like mine and realizing just how boring and plain these things are, with QC issues on top of that. So be patient, wait for these things to get discounted. Even in the future, I think they're just going to keep going up in price, but hopefully the discounts stay good. Thanks again for watching.